What's happening, people? So, here I am, another thought, another day. What's up? Quarantine edition. It's not really quarantine edition. So today, what do I want to talk about? I want to talk today about something I've been thinking about a lot recently, which is mentorship. But I don't want to make a video about the necessity of mentorship, right? Or why we need mentors, or, why you should try and be a mentor. I don't think that's necessary. I think there's a lot of people who've said intelligent, great things about it, and that's not my place. What I do think is worth sharing, though, is I think in the world we're living in right now, to take a second to stop and give gratitude to great mentors and talk maybe a little bit about what they've done in my life, but maybe to some extent talk about what I think a mentor is, right? So the reason I talk about today's day and age is because I think for me, in my life, the greatest mentors for me have always been teachers. I've been very, very blessed and fortunate to have phenomenal teachers all through my life. And while that might not be everyone's experience, I think we've all, or most of us, have had at least one person who has played the role of a mentor. And now, what is a mentor, right? What do you define a mentor as? I don't think a mentor is the same thing as a teacher. I think often a teacher is someone who teaches, whose role is there to provide you with an end goal. There's a deliverable for a teacher to some extent, whether it's my students need to pass the test, or I need to give you this amount of knowledge before you are no longer with me. And that's a noble profession and a very noble thing that I honestly don't think gets recognized enough, right? Hence, maybe this is why I'm doing this part of it. But I don't think that's what a mentor is. I think a mentor is someone, let me phrase it like this. I think a teacher is someone who teaches you a particular set of skills to perform in a particular arena of life. But I think a mentor is someone who challenges the way you think about yourself. And a mentor teaches you about life. They force you to reevaluate and rethink yourself, your self-image, and who you can be. And maybe most importantly, they show you parts of yourself that you don't even know exist. Right now, when a lot of teachers, I think, are having to be away from their students and teach remotely, and I think there's definitely more than enough credit to them for even attempting to do that, right? Trying to teach students virtually. What I've realized is that mentorship plays a role in the human experience, in the development of the human, that is not unlike great storytelling or myths or even religion. Think about the trifecta of Western philosophy to some extent, right? You have Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle. Socrates was the teacher of Aristotle, who was the teacher, Socrates taught Plato, who taught Aristotle. But they were more than teachers, they were mentors. Each one of them was a vessel who emptied themselves into the next person, and who provided them with their experiences. A mentor, I think, a mentor doesn't just teach you through words. A mentor shares with you their own life experience so that you can stand on the shoulders of giants and peer farther, look deeper into the abyss that is the universe, and question and push yourself. And by pushing yourself forward, and really when you push yourself forward, you push the human experience forward, right? What Socrates thought, he gave to Aristotle as a gift, right? But Plato was in the middle there. Socrates existed through Aristotle via Plato. And each one of these philosophers basically further pushed the envelope for what we can be and what the next was. And that's exactly what myths and stories and religion does. It gives us a perfect summary of what human experience up to that point has been. And so, what a mentor is a reflection of what was before you and a glimpse at what lies ahead of you. That's what a great mentor does. And I mean, I know that sounds really esoteric, so maybe I can break it down even more. You know, a great mentor shows you what you didn't know you were capable of. They see in you what you don't see in yourself. And so, obviously, they're necessary, right? Of course we need great mentors. But I think another way to look at it is that's why we need to become people who are worthy of mentoring someone, right? And as always, when I say you or people or something, I'm talking about myself, and these are just my self-thoughts. You know, I strive to be someone who can one day provide enough value to someone so that through my life they can push forward their own lives and they can become something greater. By not having to make the same mistakes I made, make their own mistakes. And that's a really cool idea. And I think that notion of mentorship kind of underlines every great and beautiful relationship in the world. As a father one day, I hope to pass that to my child, right? As a friend, I hope I can play that role in my friends' lives, you know. As a boyfriend, I hope I can do that for my girlfriend. Or as a teacher, I hope I can do that for my student. That's what you want, right? That's what I want. And I just thought it would be worth taking a second. And you know, there's one other element to it that's really cool, is that I think mentorship is an active process. Because in order to ever provide anyone with any sense of experience or trust, you need to have experienced things yourself. So the really cool thing is, a great mentor is someone who's also continuously learning, right? You're continuously developing yourself so you can provide information. But if you just, I've reached the hill and I'm going to give information, eventually the people in front will pass you, and that's fine, right? Mentorship isn't an ego-driven experience, but you have to consistently develop yourself as well in order to then provide some sort of value. And you have to do that as a continual process. And that idea is really exciting and promising to me. That the human experience and the human family will always continue to grow because we can provide each other with a history of knowledge. And yeah. So, being a mentor and having a mentor, those are two experiences that I think are uniquely and deeply human and are worth celebrating, right? So hey man, if you have a teacher or an educator or anyone in your life to any extent who's meant a lot to you, maybe it's worth reaching out to them, especially during this time, and just let them know that their work was the impact they had on you was not unsung, because it's a thankless job, I think, sometimes. You know, maybe the greatest mentors we have, they never hear it, and they don't know how important they were to who we are, who we become, and how one person can kind of proliferate an effect, like a character effect, on an entire generation of people, right? Something my teachers taught me is one day going to be instilled in my kid, and that's crazy. You lived through me, right? Socrates lived through Plato into the times of Aristotle, and now till today. Anyway, I've been rambling off long enough. Thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed. Quick note, I'm gonna start putting some more effort into these YouTube channels, this YouTube video. I'm working on some cool stuff in the background, and hopefully it'll all come together and the quality on all this stuff will go up. So if you enjoy watching, please do subscribe. And if not, you should still subscribe so you can make fun of me. Anyway, cool. Thanks guys.